The fall season is always a fun one. One minute you need sunglasses, the next minute you need a raincoat, and then all of a sudden you're taking out your snow shovels. We're talking all about snow ratios, especially because this weekend is the first impactful snowfall that we could experience through parts of the country. We already saw some snowfall, though. This is out in Quebec earlier this week. Check out this, a beautiful day to spend inside on the couch. That's what this reminds me of. And we also saw some flakes flying last weekend out at Lake Louise, which is where we're watching some more impactful snow this weekend. Yeah, a weird time of season. Nadine Powell here to break down some of these timings on the snowfall, but soon transitioning to rain. Nadine, the fall season is always a weird one, right?
Yeah, and so often we get, snowstorms moving through as we continue into the winter season. And, sometimes kids will ask you, can we make a snowman with this type of snow? Is it snow angel snow? Is it blowing snow, snow blizzard snow? It all depends on, what we refer to as snow ratio. So we're going to get into those details so that we can kind of get a better understanding of, this snow is more like compacting snow. This is fluffy snow. It all has to do with the snow ratio. But first, let's kind of set the stage for this weekend's snow event for us in Alberta, Victoria.
Yeah, the cold air really sinking on down. It was just 24 hours ago that Calgary experienced over 20 degrees. Well, through the overnight, dropping below zero, which certainly is creating some snowfall. But Nadine, with all the moisture, this snow's looking to be more of the wet kind.
Yeah, it depends on, where you are. So essentially, snow ratio, we're taking a look at the equivalent of snow to water for us. And sometimes it can be fluffy snow or it can be more compacting snow depending on the ratio of the two. But just to give us an example, for instance, this weekend's snow for us as we head into Alberta, we're seeing more of that accumulation for us into high elevation areas. And then once you get down over lower terrain, say Calgary toward Medicine Hat, for instance, you get perhaps more compaction. Not as much of it is sticking because of the higher water content and the temperature difference as well. So Victoria, if we take this into Saskatchewan now, because we're also expecting snow to push into that region, we will get perhaps lesser amounts through southern sections of the region, but we're seeing that the bullseye for quite a bit more in terms of accumulation as we head up across northern Manitoba, all because of that snow ratio.
No matter who's seeing snow, though, those who are an avid fan of winter activities are probably wondering, when am I going to see some snowfall? But you really need the right ingredients, though, right, Nadine?
Yeah, certainly so. So we want cold air, certainly, to make that snow. We want moisture. The amount of moisture and the temperature as well will determine whether it's fluffy snow, compacting snow, and of course that lifting mechanism, that low. So the snow ratio, if we take generally a 10-to-1 ratio, that's where we have 1 centimeter of that water equivalent. That'll produce about 10 centimeters of snowfall. But rarely does a snow event give us that snow ratio. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, depending on how much cold air we have available, the depth of that warm air from the surface, that snow growth zone, and if it's windy. So dry snow is the fluffy snow. We have a high snow ratio. The more compacting snow will be more like that wet snow. You can make a snowman with that. That's the more compacting wet snow. And certainly when we get into colder air, we get that higher snow ratio. Warmer air gives us a lower snow ratio.